What do you think of this trade request?
Idiotic. Let's get that out the way.
Well, ultimately, I have to retract because I thought that it was very, very idiotic for him to do what he did. I don't believe that any longer.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today, man, we got Stephen A. Smith retracting his statement that he made about Kyrie Irving's trade request being idiotic, you know, after the Nets had finally got it going. He first called and talked to Malika Andrews, and this is what he had to say initially about Kyrie's trade request.
What do you think of this trade request?
Idiotic. Let's get that out the way. Here's a guy in Kyrie Irving that for the last 3 years who's gotten most of his money but missed more than 50% of his games, enters the last year after this offseason. Obviously, the situation that he got himself into earlier this year was unfortunate, but he resurrected himself from that, was playing spectacular basketball, leading vote getter amongst guards for the All-Star game. Playing outstanding basketball and reminding everybody what an absolute flat-out superstar basketball player he is. No one questioned that. All we ever questioned was, can the man go the rest of the season without being any kind of distraction?
And I guess now that he's had time to reflect on it, he's retracting that statement because yesterday on NBA Countdown, he said this.
Well, ultimately, I have to retract because I thought that it was very, very idiotic for him to do what he did. I don't believe that any longer. Here's what I will tell you, especially listening to Woj, because he's absolutely on the money. You've got both Los Angeles teams. You've got the Dallas Mavericks, obviously the Phoenix Suns. I'm told all of them will pay him. Now, whether that's a 4-year guarantee or whatever remains to be seen, but they'd give him more than Brooklyn would give him. So we've got that situation going on. You also try to take into account the fact that when you're a star, they usually take care of you before that trading deadline or they move you. They don't let you play it out and then go into the off season because obviously you're risking injury. And Kyrie Irving is definitely one of the top 15 players in the league so far as I'm concerned. So you see what he's doing. And now the question would be, okay, what would he do? Doesn't he have to play? Otherwise, he's going to hurt his stock. He's going to hurt his value even more. I'm told no, that wouldn't happen because at the end of the day, and not only that, Kyrie is still a kind of personality that says, I'll take my chances because based on the principle of him being a star, this is how stars get treated. You don't let me go into a contract year, completed a season, and then I got to wait until I'm a free agent in order to get paid. Kyrie Irving is prepared to sit out the rest of the season if need be. That's what I'm being told. I don't know whether I believe that, but that's what people are saying.
So Stephen A. Smith with new information said he's had a change of heart based on this, and that was some good points. You know, normally you don't let a star player go into the offseason saying, look, play it out and we'll see what we're going to do for you. And not only that, Brooklyn has been vocal about not extending Kyrie. That report actually has come out before. So I don't understand why people are so shocked that this is happening now for a team that's giving him a warning that they aren't going to sign him. And they're trying to now attach winning the championship to his contract. And that shouldn't be how that works. That's just like a penalty, you know. That's a penalty for him. That's pretty much saying we don't care what you do during the regular season. At this point, you have to win at the highest level or we not giving you anything that you asking for. We hold all the cards, we dictate all the terms. And when you have a team like Dallas, you have a team like the Lakers, Clippers, all these teams that are willing to give Kyrie more money, I think it's a no-brainer. That's why it was all of a sudden, you know, they went and negotiated. Kyrie and his team, they negotiated with the Nets. When those talks stalled, it said, okay, trade me now then. Because this ain't going nowhere. No need to drag this out, risk injury, continue to put it on the line for this team whenever. And I want to go get this money now. You see what I'm saying? So the only question is going to be, as I stated in my previous video, the Lakers said that they aren't willing to give him a deal past how long LeBron James stayed. Does LeBron James now extend it? or is he still trying to play the I'm gonna go to whatever team gets Bronny game? So it's so many variables there. He's made that known. He wants to play with his son wherever Bronny is. That's where I'm gonna try to be. But recently he said he'll also play against him too. But maybe him saying that he would play against him, that left it open for the Lakers to bring in more pieces. But I don't think they're dumb. They're not just gonna put a team together with the chance that LeBron leaves. If Kyrie Irving comes, he's essentially LBJ's responsibility, and I can't blame them for that. Now Dallas, I know they already were talking about moving like Dorian Finney-Smith, which I think that's like a good piece. They need strong defending wings like that. You can't just move your strong athletic wings that don't mind not getting the ball. See, that's a different thing. Luka is so ball dominant that it takes a special kind of player. Everybody's saying get him help, but when you play with somebody like Luka, he don't even allow Brunson to be a point guard, and we see what Jalen Brunson doing. So it ain't always the most talent with the most talent. Sometimes the nature of someone's game takes away significantly from what someone else can do, and they minimalize certain talents. You know what I'm saying? That's why Jalen Brunson's playing like an all-star. Now it ain't that he couldn't last year. You saw him do it in the series versus Utah when Doncic was out. They even took a game. They won game 2 and went and took a game in Utah. But whenever when Doncic came back, Brunson was back in the corner, just shooting when his time was called instead of being able to play, make, and create for the team. So that's one thing to look for, because those wings like Finney-Smith, they're able to play off of people, catch and shoot 3-and-D wings. So I just get tired of people saying, go get him more help sometimes. And the nature of his game is dribble, dribble, dribble. You shoot when I pass to you. But yeah, man, back to the point at hand. And if you look at the Los Angeles Clippers, they're willing to trade a lot of pieces. I don't necessarily want to see Kyrie there. Kawhi doesn't play enough. Just that team, it feels like the window has closed. They have more hype than they do actual product on the court. Kawhi, they're extending his career by just playing him every now and again, but that you ain't gonna ever win no championship like that. Somebody has to be bought in. It's one thing if you're injured and you just miss a period of time, but coming back this game, playing, sitting out 2 more games, nobody's role is complete. You have someone that's starting sometimes, then you have them coming off the bench, but they starting most of the year, but they're coming off the bench half the year, and then it's just too many variables there. So if he could end up with the Lakers, and hey, Dallas, Mark Cuban will try it, so I think they will be dynamic offensively. I just wonder what they would look like on D. They still going to need strong 3-and-D wings. So I don't know who they trade or what they give up, but they're still going to have to round out that roster somewhat to make it more complete, in my opinion. But man, I'm interested to see what happens with Kyrie Irving. Stephen A has changed his stance on Kyrie, and he doesn't think it's idiotic. But hey, I never did. I think the man wanted to get his money, and this last thing that he was penalized for, it wasn't on him. Now, you could talk about when he sat out after the storming of the Capitol and things like that, but when you start talking about, him sharing a film that's readily available on Amazon, you try to put pressure on Amazon. They said, no, we ain't taking it down, but you want to put pressure on him. Then yeah, that's I think this last thing that Kyrie did or was a part of wasn't on him, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.